All right. Welcome back, everyone. You ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dig in.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Today we're talking placer gold mining.
That's right. We're going to unearth all the basics, what those placer deposits are, how they form.
And of course, the good stuff.
Hmm.
How to get that gold.
Exactly. From the simple tools to the more complex ones.
We'll cover it all.
Mm.
When I think of placer gold, I think of those classic images of prospectors panning in a stream. It just seems so simple.
Well, in a way it is. The principle behind it is pretty basic. Placer deposits form when gold erodes from its original source, usually in veins of rock.
Right, those hard rock deposits.
Exactly. And because gold is heavy, it gets carried by water and gravity and settles in these new places like riverbeds, streams, even beaches sometimes.
Like nature concentrates it for you.
Exactly. So it's sort of pre-sorted in a way compared to, digging into a mountain.
So someone interested in getting started with placer mining, what tools do they need?
Well, the gold pan is the most iconic and the most basic, and honestly, it's still incredibly effective. You're basically using the pan to mimic that natural process of gravity separation.
So swirling the water and gravel around in the pan, the lighter stuff washes away.
And the heavy gold sinks to the bottom. It's pretty cool to see it in action.
Yeah, you get that little glimmer at the bottom of the pan. What if I want to process more material, though?
Yeah.
Step things up from the pan.
A sluice box is the next step. Imagine a longer, slightly angled trough with riffles, those ridges on the bottom.
They help trap the gold.
Exactly. You feed the gravel in at the top with water, and the gold gets caught by the riffles as the lighter stuff washes over them.
So you're basically creating a mini artificial river.
That's a great way to put it. And then you can scale up even further. We're talking dredges.
Dredges, I've seen pictures, these huge machines, right?
They can be pretty big. Essentially, they're like a powerful vacuum cleaner on a boat that sucks up gravel from the riverbed.
So you're processing massive amounts of material.
Exactly. And that's key because, well, let's be honest. Finding gold is great, but
But we want to make it profitable.
right. That's where it gets tricky, especially nowadays. See, many of those easy-to-find, high-concentration surface deposits are already
It's over. Yeah.
Exactly. So modern miners need to be efficient. You got to process a lot more material to make a profit.
So it's not just about finding gold. It's about finding it in enough quantity to make it worthwhile.
Absolutely. You've got labor costs, fuel, equipment maintenance, permits. It all adds up.
And then there's the environmental factors to consider too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's very much dependent on the natural environment. Water is a big one, especially for techniques like hydraulicking.
That's where you use jets of water to break up the gravel.
Exactly. But you need a reliable and strong water source. And you need enough pressure to do the job.
I imagine a drought could really throw a wrench in the works.
Oh, absolutely. I remember visiting a mine in California that had to shut down completely due to a drought. They simply couldn't operate without enough water.
Wow, so Mother Nature can be a tough partner.
She can. And then there's the terrain itself. A steep mountain stream is going to pose different challenges than a gently sloping riverbed.
So the methods you use might have to adapt to the lay of the land.
Precisely.
So
Right. There's also the overburden, all the material on top of the gold-bearing gravel.
like digging through layers of dirt to get to the good stuff.
Exactly. And removing that overburden adds to your costs. Sometimes it's just not economical if it's too thick.
So you've got to choose your mining location very carefully. It sounds like placer mining is this fascinating blend of understanding the environment
Oh, for sure. And having the right tools and techniques, of course.
and then making it all work efficiently to, hopefully make a profit.
That's the goal. But even with all of that, it's a challenge these days, especially with the declining gold concentrations in many easily accessible areas.
That makes you wonder, what's the future of placer mining then?
Yeah, it's a really good question. Will new technologies emerge to make it more efficient? Will we find new ways to discover those hidden placer deposits?
It's something to think about. It seems like the gold rush isn't over, it's just evolving.
And who knows what the future holds?
Maybe some of our listeners will be leading the way. That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening, and keep exploring.
Happy digging!